Hey guys, and welcome back to another Unfiltered Gamer board game or card game spotlight. Today's game is going to be Highest Bidder by Straxspiel's Freibricken. It's on the Game Crafter, and it is a blind bidding style game. In the game, you're going to get bid cards, painting cards, and then you're going to also get advanced cards. To start off the game, you're simply going to deal out 9 cards to each player. We'll just go ahead and show you something like this. And you're also going to deal out paintings. Now there's, I think, 5 rounds to the game, and you're going to be flipping over 3 paintings for each and every round. You set the rest of the paintings aside. This here shows you 3, +3, +2, and +4. You're trying to gain points throughout the game, and to do that you need to be the highest bidder. You're going to start with bidding on the farthest away card, and you're going to go from this one to this one to this one. And players are going to get these 9 cards in their hand, and they are going to select the order and how many cards they'd like to bid for each of them. We'll do something simple for the first one. This is the order in which this player will do, and this player is going to select his order just like that. After that, you can play up to 5 players, so you can go ahead and flip them over one at a time. So 1, 2, 3, and you flip. Okay, 50 and 50. 1, 2, 3, and you flip. 40 and 10. The highest bidder would be me, so I would get the +4. These cards are now burnt. You put them in the discard pile. Now we go on to the next one, and we simply decide what cards we want to put in our hand. Onto the table. Now obviously it's face down, and the order does matter for a lot of these things. You're going to get different cards like a ×2 bonus, as well as increasing the number on this card by ×2. And when you do that, you can simply move it or turn it to the side to represent the new total state that it will be in. The next card that your opponent plays is invalid, that kind of stuff, as well as just big numbers. And obviously if you play all of your cards down the next card, you're not going to have any for the third card. So do be aware of what cards you're going to play and at what time, and how they're going to affect you or your opponent. So you would simply place maybe 3 cards down. We'll do that, and we'll have this here. So he's played that. All right, and then we'll flip over 1, 2, 3, 30. This says ×2, so this painting is now worth double the points. And 2 30s over here, a 30 here, and finally the last one. This is a 20, and this says here the current painting is worth double points, making this one 2, 4, and 6 points. So he would win with 60, and this guy only had 50. So he's just gotten 6 points, and he's passed me up to my 4. We do this last one here, whoever might win that. And then we deal out 3 more painting cards, discard the rest of our cards if we have any left, and draw 9 more out. If the deck ever runs out, we're going to go ahead and shuffle all the discarded cards and put them back in, and rinse and repeat every single round. Now, after you do 4 rounds, there's a 5th round, which is only going to have 2 painting cards. And when that happens, these cards are worth double the value. So if this is a 4, it's an 8, and if this is a 2, it's a 4. After that, you're going to tally up all the points you have in front of you, and whoever has the most is the winner. Now, there are a couple things I'd like to talk about in the game. Yes, it's very simple, and yes, it's very non-complex as far as putting the cards down and adding up all the totals and stuff. But there's a lot of cool stuff you can do, like this card lets you draw an additional 2 cards, which doesn't help you for this specific bidding event, but for the next one on this turn it might. Or maybe you're going to get something like half the points, reducing the points. You know you can't beat this next card. It's worth a lot of points, so you're going to pass on it and go for something else. You can make it worth half the points as opposed to double. You can also double the cash on your next card, and a bunch of other stuff. Now, as you see, there's a couple of yellow indicators on the side here, which will represent the fact that these are additional cards you're going to put in for advanced play, or you could choose to or not to. It's kind of nice that you have the ability to go ahead and change the amount of cards and how you want to play the game. Speaking of how you want to play the game, there is a couple of other additional paintings here. You're going to have elephants and aliens. Elephants, you're going to use them the same as paintings, except for the fact that there's going to be a number on the bottom of the card. This says, what, 100,000? You need to match 100,000. If you can do that, you get the card. It doesn't matter how many points people go over or under by. If you get that exact amount, you get it. If, however, two or more players get it, the same number total, nobody gets it. That's kind of how elephant cards work. And the alien cards are, if a player wins this card, they're reducing their entire total of their points by half at the end of the game. These cards can be rather nasty, especially if you're the last player, because you're going to reduce the lowest total to half of the lowest total of cards or paintings you have. However, they do have additional cards in here to try and make up for that, simply like the double cash options and the draw 2s. That being said, Highest Bidder is a wonderful, simple game, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's on Game Crafter right now, which is nice because, as many of you know, Game Crafter has some good games and then some not so good games. This one is definitely a winner if you like blind bidding games. I enjoyed the fact that you're going to get 9 cards every round, so it's always going to be different. And even if you didn't do well in the first round, the second round you can bounce right back. I like the fact that there's a ton of different special action cards. Like, all of these cards are so cool, and it changes the way you play the game, the style of the game, and all the rounds can either benefit you or harm you depending on the cards you have. And just because you don't have the best cards in your hand doesn't mean you're not going to be able to win, because your opponents have the tendency to over or underestimate other people. The alien cards and elephant cards, while unique, I did not find them as interesting to play with. The elephant cards are okay, provided somebody actually wins them. Most of the time, nobody won them. And the alien cards, when you lose them, you lose half your points at the end of the game. While it's fun to try and not get a card, it's less fun to get the card at the end for everybody, especially if everybody got it. It just lowers the total of the points in the game. I didn't enjoy that as much. The entire table was just like, no! Especially if you're in last place and you draw this card. You earn this card. Like, that is so painful. Nevertheless, though, a ton of cards, enough to play up to 5 players, and a really fun game. The artwork is great. The painting cards actually represent different paintings, and I really, really enjoyed these as well. It's very Neo and almost hippie-like. The rules explained in the game are very, very well done, and it's very simple to understand. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you probably won't need the rules, but it does dictate a little bit about the advanced play options and how you can manipulate the deck and disassemble and reassemble the deck as well for all different cards. Nevertheless, Blind, or highest bidder, is an excellent game overall, and I'm going to give it my stamp of approval. Do go ahead and check it out.